Before I get started, I wanted to shout out my patron Puvithel, who is very much a real person, but also a brand, carrying a wide array of alternative fashion pieces for so many different substyles. I know you will find something you like from them. Most recently, Puvithel released an accessible petticoat through Kickstarter. Be sure to check it out. I will have it linked below. If you are interested in a shout out or a dedication in my videos, check out my Patreon. I was recently in California visiting family, and it happened to be at the same time as the opening of Sebastian Masuda's Kawaii is Art Express Yourself exhibit in Hollywood, and I got to attend the opening as well as 2 Harajuku Day LA events while I was there. And even though it's been a little while since I was there, I'm telling you about it now because Sebastian Masuda's exhibit is going to be open until November 3rd. So if any of you happen to live in California, I want you to have the opportunity to know about it and to go see it if you can. It's really a lot different seeing it in person than it is capturing it on video. I am going to try to explore it for those of you who may not be able to make it, try to share it with you as well. I know that Kawaii Guy LA has a 4K video, so definitely check that one out if you just want to fully see it. I'm just going to be giving you a little bit of an exploration. It is free to go as well. I'm going to get much more into the exhibit as well as Harajuku Day LA, which is a monthly event. So again, if you live in California or if you are going to visit California, you should follow their Instagram, their social media, and see if there's an event that you can attend. Generally, they're also free. I'm pretty sure both of the ones that I attended were free. Some of them may be ticketed, but just stay up to date with their posts and see what's going on. If you are fully new here and you don't know what I am talking about or who Sebastian Masuda is, the easiest explanation is that he is an important figure in the kawaii fashion community. He is the creator of 6% Doki Doki, the designer. He is also a very famous art director. You may know his work from Sanrio Puroland. He designed the parade for the characters. He also was the director behind the super famous Pon 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 music video. He has worked with a bunch of different celebrities and artists. He is also known for creating these extravagant, over-the-top installations with a lot of mixed media and nostalgic toys and cute items. One of the pillars of kawaii fashion. I can't even summarize his importance. I really like that Sebastian Masuda's work has always been super collaborative. He has a history of connecting with different fashion icons and artists. Sebastian's exhibit is at Japan House LA, which is in the Ovation in Hollywood, which is right at Hollywood and Highland. It is like the absolute tourist destination, and I wouldn't recommend roaming around the area in general. I would recommend taking some type of rideshare there and then just staying within the Ovation area because it can be a little bit dicey. I took the metro from Union Station in Los Angeles to Hollywood and Highland. There's a stop right there. If you are taking transit, it's a great option because it takes you right there, right to that exit. But I did go a few times, and one of the times that I went, my train stopped and it wasn't going to go to Hollywood and Highland. There was some issue with that station, so I had to get off a station before and walk, and I did get followed by a man on the street who was screaming at me, and then a very kind family who was visiting let me walk with them. Their daughter had a Hello Kitty shirt and I was dressed in like all pastels, and they were like, "Hey, are you okay? Why don't you walk with us so you're not alone?" That's LA for you. Once you are in the Ovation Center, it feels very safe. Didn't have any issues. I would just say stay in that area and don't explore. There was also a movie premiere at one point, which made it difficult for me to leave the area, so consider that too. I think that you can get through the exhibit in maybe 2 hours really looking at things. It is quite small, but there's so much within it. But I would also be cautious of like planning things during the day after going, just because the traffic is so incredibly unpredictable. Once you get to Ovation Hollywood, you go up the stairs to, I think it's technically level 2, and then you will see this big screen. You make a left towards the Dolby Theaters and keep walking, and then on the left it will be right there. If you look at the directions to Japan House, it will lead you like upstairs and over to like a restaurant, but this is kind of a separate area. It's the Japan House exhibit, like gallery, versus the Japan House. I forgot to show elevator instructions. I'm so sorry. I'm not the best with directions, but I'm going to try. So from Hollywood Boulevard, facing the Ovation, find the elevators on the left side of the plaza and take them to level 2. Then you should be at these elevators and make an immediate left, and then there you are. The venue is listed as wheelchair accessible. It definitely looks that way to me. There are quite wide aisles, everything is really spread out, and even when it gets crowded, they will limit the amount of people inside at a time. It's really cool that there were things that you could buy from the exhibit, kind of like merch from the exhibit, but they also had 6% Doki Doki pieces, and I first got this bear the first time that I went to a 6% event, and then I got a little keychain bear this time, and I swear the next time that I go to an event with Sebastian Masuda there, I will get the bigger one, and he's gonna have to keep making them bigger. My collection will grow. On the first wall on the right, there is a wall of fashion snaps. I believe most of them are from fruits. It is so nostalgic. It goes through the years. I think there's ones from like the 90s, early 2000s, and then there is a glass display that are all personal items from Sebastian Masuda himself, and then Yui, the manager of 6% Doki Doki, and it's so cool to see these nostalgic things that brought them joy and still bring them joy displayed in an artful way, and it was so meaningful for me to be there with them and be able to see it and talk to them about it. Then there is a beautiful display that features a screen showing eyeballs that were submitted by fans of Sebastian Masuda, and it was really cool to see friends and their eye, and to see how many different like makeup styles could be portrayed and how many kind of like emotions could be seen. It was really fun to be there with friends waiting for their eye to pop up and see it, and recognizing other friends' eyeball.
Oh, my wildest dreams have come true.
And that's great. And what would you say that you're feeling right now after watching your eyeball be on that screen?
Joy.
All right, we already hear folks. Straight from the gallery. Mika.
Then there is like a fashion display on the left, and it is not only 6% styles, but it is a mix of other brands as well. And I believe that this area will be changing. It's not going to be the same throughout the whole run. So if you have already visited the event, you can always come and check back later to see how it's changed. Check in on it if you are local. I don't think that any of these pieces are actually purchasable there, but it's just a cool way to see different brands incorporated and how they can be styled together. Then there is the Kawaii Tribe Speak Up display, and it is a beautiful map of the world accompanied with screens from a series of remote events that took place during 2020, and it was a great way to give yourself reason to dress up during lockdown and to feel like you're still connected to the community even though we weren't able to see each other and meet up in person. And it was really powerful to see this now, being able to do those things and being able to be in person and come to this event and be here. It was quite moving to just be grateful and thankful for this ability, and be grateful to be able to be around your friends and dress up. Then there was the Time After Time capsule. This was a style of event that Sebastian traveled with, and he would bring these structures. Some of them are hard structures and some of them are inflatable, and you could go and create a time capsule, or you could bring your own meaningful, cute items and they would fill this capsule. And I was able to attend one of these events in 2019 in Toronto. I didn't touch the structure that was at the exhibit, but I think that it was one of the hard shell ones. It was shaped like Hello Kitty, and I know that this one was traveling through different North American events, and you can see there's collectibles from a 2016 event from different people who came to that, and there's some that are on display and then the rest are in the capsule. This capsule was previously displayed at the Japanese American National Museum. It was really amazing to be able to see the clock that used to be hung in Harajuku. This was a staple of alternative fashion, kawaii culture in Japan, and I know that so many people went to go see it, and then when it was removed, so many people were upset, but the fact that it still exists and you can go see it is so cool. There was also a VR experience where you got to decorate a bear, and I need to look at if this is somehow available on my Quest because I would love to experience it again. I don't know if you would actually need like the tangible item there. There was also an artist survey created through the Kawaii tribe during the lockdown, which was really interesting to see and had motivational reasons of why people enjoy kawaii fashion and how they discovered it. The last installation in this exhibit, and probably the most powerful, was the Colorful Rebellion 7th Nightmare. There is so much to say about this room that I'm overwhelmed and I don't know what to say. It begins by entering a black room where you are greeted with text, and it's kind of warning you on how you are going to interpret this room. And just the experience of walking from this dark room with no lights and just white text and then entering this extreme color, it's so overwhelming in such a cool way. It's a mixture of both printed walls and then three-dimensional mixed media layered pieces, layered toys. I really enjoyed kind of doing a wipe of looking all around it, but then also narrowing in on one specific item and then scanning back out. Here are all the dates and hours for this exhibit, and if you are unable to go, there is a virtual walkthrough you can do, and this shows a lot of details. I will link this in the description. I highly recommend it if you can go, and looking more into it because this art is so captivating and inspiring. I really enjoyed it. It seems like Harajuku Day LA is generally a low-key casual meetup around a marketplace with local vendors, but then there are also more structured events with like fashion shows and more things going on. It just varies on each month, each theme, I guess. Sometimes they do have more specific themes, but it seems like most of the time any kind of fashion is welcome. You don't have to wear J fashion to Harajuku Day. It's a great place to start shopping for your wardrobe. They are a judgment-free zone unless you are wearing cosplay. If you're a cosplayer, fuck. I'm sorry, I just found this really funny, but I get it. They want to be a fashion event, not a costumed event. And there are already a lot of cosplay meetups in Little Tokyo and Greater LA. I think they are worried if they allow cosplay that they're going to be overrun by cosplayers. But it is hard to say judgment-free when there is a little judgment. One little exception. The first one that I went to was in Little Tokyo. I don't know what this mall is called. The Galleria? I call it the Sad Mall. I've called it the Sad Mall for years because it used to be very empty. And now it's not really sad. There's a Daiso in it. The grocery store is like very consistent, very stocked. There's a bunch of other little stores in it. There's so much more life than when I lived there back in like 2015. But that's where the first Harajuku Day event is that I went to. That was the one in April, and I think that that's like their default place to go for the most part, and then they also will occasionally have it at different places. Then at the event that was corresponding with Kawaii is Art, that was the Harajuku Day that took place in Hollywood. It was at the Ovation. There were two fashion shows. The first fashion show was individuals debuting and displaying their own unique style. whatever subculture they were representing, and that was really cool to see. This is Aki wearing their own unique style they call Jelly Bunny K. Catherine is wearing classic Lolita fashion in a coordinate that was constructed out of thrifted bed sheets. So cool. Dono Domo is wearing Hime Gyaru. JC is also wearing Gyaru, but inspired by the 90s and early aughts. Then we have another Gyaru. Kay is wearing an individual spin on colorful and bright Lolita with music notes. Kaden is wearing a hyperpop style of Gyaru. Kayla Kitsune is wearing a red and black style called Akakura, inspired by Visual Kei and Fruits magazine. Then we have Kitty, aka Miss Monitor, wearing a look inspired by nostalgia and childhood. Madeline is wearing Ryo Songata, or mass-produced style. Majestic Dream is wearing Shinwa Kei, inspired by mythical creatures. My pal Reba is wearing Sweet Lolita Strawberry K. Peep those boots, everyone, so cute. I feel like Reba has become known as the Strawberry Lolita. Tiffany is wearing an extreme maximalist style known as everything but the kitchen sink. It's a relatively new style. Puchi Maru Eraser is wearing a Fruits magazine inspired fit. Melly Mimi is wearing a personal style that's a mix of Fairy K, Y2K, and elements of Lolita. Aya's outfit heavily features pieces from AC/DC Rag. I am obsessed with Zanny's Mexi Gyaru style, honoring their grandmother's Sinaloa culture, as well as banda music. Look at that lasso hair. Such dedication. What a cool look. Everyone looked so good, and it was really cool to see such a variety of styles. Then the second fashion show was all of the brands. I'm so happy for Alexia, aka Ghost Girl, to be able to show her clothes in Hollywood. She debuted her newest collaboration pieces with Ocean and Space. I was introduced to the brand Creepy Kitty. Pretty Sour served as a cute, pouty show. I love the attitude all of the models gave, and each of the looks. Then I learned about the brand Decora Demon, and saw cute pieces from Holly Tea Time. The fashion show wrapped with Miss Alphabet's creative and cute designs. I have some shorts that I've created I will link below that show more of the fashion show. I had such an incredible time at Japan House for Sebastian's exhibit. I really hope that he is able to bring this exhibit to more places. I know that he travels a lot to do different events, so it might be helpful to follow him, see where he's at, because even if he doesn't bring this exact thing, he might be doing something with Kawaii culture and community in your area. And then Harajuku Day, if you are in Los Angeles, if you're going to visit them, please check them out. It could be a great way for you to find like-minded people and share in interesting, fun fashion. Let me know if this is something that interests you, if you will be able to go, if you aren't able to go, if there are similar events and communities in your area. I would love to hear about it. And as always, stay lovely. Also at Harajuku Day LA in Hollywood, I was given these two candy bracelets. So I was not prepared. I should have brought bracelets to give people. Thank you so much. I wear them all the time. I don't know if you have noticed. You'll see in videos. I really like them. Thank you. A lot of people recognize me at Harajuku Day LA. I was not prepared for it. I don't know why. I guess because in my head I was like, it's not a Lolita specific thing. So, and I didn't really talk about going there. But so many people said really nice things to me, and it was really, really nice to get to know some of you and talk with you. Like, that's what keeps me motivated in making content. So thank you.